All right, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Also, stick with the truth, man. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all catch all this bullshit from the top, and I'm not gonna stop it. It's gonna be a little bit long till old boy Puerto Rican dude get out of there. So I'm gonna let it play from here until the nigga gone.
But that's just my opinion. But what I do believe, there look like been some pimp, prostitute culture going on, where you know what I mean. It looked like dude been doing some escort. You know what I mean, taking the chicks.
Now that I can agree with. And for all the people that's saying
I'm looking at some street stuff that's going on.
And for all the people that's saying that I'm riding with Brother Polight, that I can agree with. There is some prostitution shit going on, but nobody's speaking on it.
Yeah,
he's clearly pimping on women.
I've spoken on it,
and we see. I mean, at the bottom beat. This ain't up. We've seen this 1,000 times. It's just that so many black people are poor and depraved, and they want to live fantasies of wealth, and just you know what I'm saying. We want to see somebody live a pimp lifestyle, rapper lifestyle, so we look up to him. That's why he's getting away with it, because we were living through.
If a lot of us are living through, you should not put yourself in a position to have these stories even brought up about yourself. See, that's the problem.
Bullshit. There's always somebody looking for a come up, especially if you got a bag.
But here's
it happened to Michael Jackson. It happened to the best of them.
I personally believe Polight is guilty, and I'm holding him accountable. I'm holding him accountable.
Let me sum it up. Polight idolizes Dr. York. He said it on a Tadic Noel interview. He idolizes that man. Okay, now he's never met Dr. York. However, Amunette grew up on the compound. So, you know, like her way of life is the new Wabian way of life. So, you know, like this stuff is normal to her, okay? Like you have to look at these kids that grow up and these people who grow up on their compound, their minds are messed up. You know, because it's a code. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Yeah, so Amunette, like, you know, I didn't understand it. But when you understand the fact that she actually lived on that compound, then you understand that this is normal. The way that Polight is normal. And then Polight, on the other hand, he idolizes Dr. York. Look at everything that he's done. He's mimicked, including the 90 plagiarized pamphlets. Dr. York wrote 90-some plagiarized books as well. You know what I'm saying? So he's mimicking step by step everything that Dr. York does. You know, like does. And the polygamy is just pimping.
All right, so hold on. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that.
Wait.
Because if he was mimicking Dr. York, wouldn't he understand that got Dr. York all the years? Why would he do the same thing that Dr. York did?
He can't.
One second.
They're making too much money.
Listen. I need to read this comment because I want to pin some other ones. I left this up here because it was a question. Quiz, thank you for the super chat. How does Polight DNA semen become part of the evidence pertaining to a 14-year-old minor? Okay, thank you for that question. And I'm going to let you guys get back to what you were saying, but I would like you to address this question. I would like you to address this question.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can address that.
Okay, listen very closely. Dr. York taught us many things, and one of the things that we learned about was a character named Marduk. Most of y'all won't understand this, but if you look at it, Marduk was the only one that outbested every single one until he got to challenge Anu, the Most High. Now, when he went up against Anu threw planets at him, and Marduk bowed down.
Wait.
We don't need a lesson. We don't need a lesson.
Oh no, you're gonna understand. You're gonna understand the reasons why.
He's showing you the way of thinking.
Now listen. The reason why Marduk bowed down, his other names were translated over time. You know him as Melchizedek. Some of you know him as Malachi. And when you get to the Gregorian angels known as the Watchers, he was the archangel, the only archangel. And guess what his name was? Michael. Okay, now when I was rolling with Brother Polight, I knew Polight since when I was when I was around in 96, I've been around since 96. I came in with a Christian mentality, Pentecostal and Catholic. And when I got to the Israelites, I just tore their books apart, everything. But it was the Nuwabians that brought me in 96. I didn't meet Polight, that wasn't his name back then, till 99, when he started teaching. And he was still wearing blue, and he was still flagging. And his name at the time was True Light. That's what we called him.
True Light.
I know.
True Light?
True Light. True Light.
Wow.
As a matter of fact,
that was pretty. Yo, keep going.
When he speaks about getting off on a murder charge and all that, guess what? I was the one who went and got the affidavits from the witnesses to get him off.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. I interviewed him myself.
Oh my
You used to wear blue too?
No, ma'am, I'm no
What are
gang
you
member.
saying, Lord have mercy for in the background? I hear you. What's
Yo, I'm from the 90s.
I'm not.
So that shit you talking is bogus.
It's bogus? Okay.
Bogus.
Well, how about I show you my birth certificate with Polight's signature on it when he co-signed for me to enter into the Blue House.
I have a question.
2007.
Yeah, but what this got to do with the rape case, though?
Thank you, brother.
Because you giving us a lesson on the whoppiness.
All that stuff they talk about on the internet.
Listen. Malachi was our most high. We teach that he was our most high. I'm not a Nuwabian anymore, first of all.
You're an Israelite, right?
I'm not an Israelite, none of that, brother. Okay? I denounce Dr. York for what he's done. I've written to Dr. York in prison. Okay? I was the one who's also helping
him. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. I stand by that because from 2007 to 2008, when we were working on his case with Polight, a lot of things came about, and it just kept going on and on. And we parted ways around 2008 when the Utica bookstore went to war against the other bookstore on Bedford. And little by little, Polight started going his own way. But he told us years before this ever happened what was going to happen. He already knew what his plan was, and every single person went with it. From teaching to even getting on to the social media channels. I used to do editing. I had a film company too back then. And before I left New York, one of the last times I spoke to Polight, we was in a vehicle with his wives, and I was showing him a video I did after the birthday party we had, and he was really impressed with the editing and wanted me to be his camera guy. Well, I guess he found his camera guy because he got us on Ed's platform. So Dr. York did many things, but all the things that he's done, Polight is copying, because you can't be bigger or higher than God unless you've done everything that he's done.
That's
you
why
have to
Yo, thank you, brother. Thank you.
That's why he keeps saying on interviews that in 3 years I've already done everything that I set out to do.
Why? Because Marduk wanted to surpass Anu, who was the Most High, but he could not. But the only way Light is going to be able to surpass York is if he passes this trial. Because of the trial that Marduk went through, guess what? He was buried under a mountain. At the end, imprisoned under a mountain. Where's Dr. York right now?
I'm getting goosebumps. Listen,
Listen, man, I'm telling you facts, brother. Like, hey, you can talk all you want, brother. Listen,
so he went out there and did that and got $1,000 bond. What?
It wasn't $1,000.
To jail, bro?
That was
Listen, 10,000. You got 10,000. You got to give the facts straight. Listen, $10,000 bond off of 50. He only paid 10 out of $50,000 to get out. This is information coming from that other sister that posted up. What was her name?
Tasha K.
The story, Tasha K. I don't understand why. I don't understand why everybody keeps going off of hearsay when she's like read the reports and broke it all down.
And you can read the report yourself.
This is the same scenario with Dr. York and how he ended up, pleading out and it went federal and he went with the federal, but the state was still in effect. He's just never actually been incarcerated for that. Dr. York is incarcerated for racketeering. The state, he pleaded guilty. But
right,
the feds,
that's because of the herpes. Like when they tested everybody for the herpes.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I've slept in listen, brother.
Well, error though. How real is that though? They said that he got out of an error and not because of bail. He got out because of error.
When we did the bookstore, I helped build that bookstore from the floor up. I was Polight's second top seller of newspapers in Utica. Okay? And the thing is, y'all don't realize is the so-called black conscious community, right, made him who he is. The good and the bad. Y'all keep talking about like we just have a higher self. You gotta remember we got a lower self too. And we're able to practice both of them in the WAPO and in life. You know what I'm saying? So Dr. York used to do the same thing. He used to cheat in baseball games and do all this other stuff so that people wouldn't think that he was so high and mighty. He would let people catch him doing messed up things because he didn't want them to idolize him.
I got a problem.
Why is that? What's the story?
Nowhere does Dr. York ever claim to be God.
Yes, he does.
No, it doesn't. His whole story comes from Neverroom. No, the Anunnaki. He does not claim to be the Anunnaki. He claims that we come from the Anunnaki.
We come from the Anunnaki, and he claims that he is the angel Michael, who is Murdu, who's a descendant of
an extraterrestrial master teacher from planet Ritz.
But he had multiple. He taught multiple religions. He switched up religions, and some religions he was a god. And I'm thinking,
his main teaching is that we come from Sumer. The Nuwapians come from planet Greece, and that's the Anunnaki. That's where young Pseudo got all of that information from.
Yeah, but it's not. It's because at one point he was an Israelite. One point he was a Egyptologist. He
taught us all of that.
He had many titles. He had taught different religions. So
now,
to the alien thing.
Now why would Brother Polight follow him? Why would Brother Polight follow him? Brother Polight is banging on all of those religions. So
that's what Dr. York did.
That was the whole thing. You gotta understand.
All of them.
It was basically to go out and proselytize to people in different religions, so that the Wapians were familiarized with like Israelites, Christianity, Kemetology, all that, so they knew a little bit, so they could pretty much pull and proselytize to people in other religions to bring others in.
Right.
You understand? So that was. It wasn't just about one religion. It's pretty much about them bringing people into that group at all costs.
So his theory goes down the drain.
Why
because he never said he was God. So why would Brother Polight do that if he never said he was a God?
Do you notice something about
Polite called him God? Brother, I don't even know who you are. You could be a federal agent for all I know.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But you know what? I've slept in the same room with this man. I've slept in the same room with his wife. Listen, I can pull up everything. Listen, I can pull up everything.
And put him to sleep.
Brother,
yo, I want to ask you though.
Listen, I went to his baby shower, bro.
Well,
listen,
I went. Listen, evidence. You just can't
that's
come
fine. That's fine.
Cool, because now it's getting standoffish. Yo, before you go, can I ask you a question though?
with all of this going down, and you saying
let me just address the brother, okay, so he can understand, okay. I don't care if you think I'm a vet, an agent, whatever you think. All right. I slept in the same room with this man and his wives. I was at his baby shower before my act was born. You understand? I helped teach those children. I know his daughters. I know his wives. I knew his wives before they were his wives.
Brother,
okay?
I've been following Brother Polight since 2007. I never saw you in any video.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you pull up the video with him and Dr. Phil Valentine? Because at that time I was head of his security.
Was y'all at a show?
Yes, I was.
I remember him. You used to have braids, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am. I was the light-skinned brother that was standing on the side of the stage because I was a head of security for the event for Polight at the time. You can't tell me, brother.
Y'all as Crips.
No, we weren't no Crips.
No, that was
we introduced y'all like that.
Man, no, sister. We taught classes at the bookstore. You see me on video, even in the bookstores, and we switch our security regularly. Okay. At that point, because of my former military training, I worked my way up to become head of security. Okay. Now, Brother Polight is following the exact same blueprint, but you guys keep missing everything that he's doing because he does it right in front of you and then brings it out.
You was the head of security. You was the head of security, right? So you witnessed a lot of the things that they were doing, right?
Now, when you say witness, what are you alluding to?
Did you know, like you know what's going on now? You had to know what was going on then. Am I correct?
I know what we were taught, and I also know how we taught each other.
Don't jump around there. If you say you know
I ain't jumping around there.
What happened then? So
ask the direct question, give a direct answer.
But
say again?
That you know
didn't speak on it then? You said you knew all of the stuff that went down and all of that. Why you didn't? If you knew Polight, this was Polight's mission. Why you didn't speak on it before it happened?
Because watching him over the years and seeing him climb over all of you, right?
No.
It was never foreseen that he would actually basically go to that level of depravity. You understand? And I'm not saying my brother did it or not. All I'm saying is that yes, because regardless, you know,
brother, you just made a statement making it like he just did the same thing based on what Dr. Malachi is fulfilling the prophecy.
He's showing you a pattern so you can actually think.
Right, but a pattern does not mean guilt.
Give me a second, please.
A pattern doesn't mean guilt. You're correct. You're correct.
Hold on.
Because I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Because I got to keep up with the comments. A lot of people want us to get back on the topic. I wanted to ask your opinion on it as well, but give me a sec.